Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be going over the basics of riding a skateboard. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is get your balance. So, if you can just get on a skateboard and ride away like this, then you should be perfectly fine. You don't need to do the next step. Now, if you get on a skateboard and this happens, you're going to need to do what I'm about to say. If you're having trouble on the board whenever it's moving, try getting used to the board itself, stationary. Lastly, shut up. Like this, just putting it in the grass or something like that and just standing on it. You know, figuring out, doing that, I don't know. I never needed to do that because whenever I first got on the board, I was perfectly fine. I just took off and, well, I wasn't perfect, it's just I didn't fall right away. I mean, obviously I fell after a while. But, yeah, you know, I was able to ride though. So if you're falling like Levi does, try just standing on the board, getting used to it, you know. Getting used to the board. I don't know if it's going to help much, but I just thought about that. You know, that might help because the board moves and stuff, so just get used to do that and stuff. And after getting used to standing on the grass, then figure out your foot position. Well, I'll put a link to my previous video in the description describing what Mongo is, what Goofy is, and what regular is. But basically, you want to find out your foot positioning. Easy way to do that. I never did this. I just got on the board and rode however my foot got on the board. But set up your skateboard like this. Run and jump over it. It doesn't need to be a skateboard, but you know, that's a handy thing that's right with you because obviously you're trying to learn how to skateboard. It could be anything. But whatever foot you land on, slow-mo here. I landed on my right foot. So if you landed with your right foot in front, you'd either push like this and then bring that foot back there, which is Goofy, or you'd push like this and bring your foot up there, which is Mongo. Now let's say you landed with your left foot in front. That way you'd either push like this and then bring your foot back there, or you'd push like this, which is Mongo. If you're left-footed, try the 2 ways for left-footed that I said, and if you're right-footed, try the 2 ways for right-footed that I said. Try both of those and see which one feels more comfortable. Whichever one feels more comfortable, that's the one you're going to skate. So after finding your foot positioning, just go really slow on the board to get used to it. And if you fall, get back up, it's okay. Just go really slow and slow, and if you fall, it's okay, get back up. The more falls you take, everyone falls in the beginning. Don't think you're a failure or something. The more falls you take, the more you learn to fall. Because in skateboarding, you need to learn to fall. Because whenever you learn to fall, that way you learn to embrace the impact and not get hurt as much. You just learn. It's something you learn. So whenever you fall, don't think of it as a failure. You don't fail. You never fail. Keep trying. You'll get it someday. Keep going faster and faster until you're able to go straight, probably about like this. Now it's time to learn how to turn. There are 2 ways to turn, each direction. The easiest way to turn is whenever you just lean to one side of the board. Because if you have your trucks loosened, which is how I suggest riding with loose trucks, because stiff trucks, like trucks that aren't loose, trucks that are like tight, they're worse to ride. Like, you'll be able to land more tricks probably, and you'll feel more comfortable because the board won't be moving underneath you, but you won't be able to turn. You'll look like a crazy person tic-tacking everywhere. So the easiest way to turn is like this. Here, I'll show you. How do you do that? If you stand on your board, you lean one way, but you don't actually legit lean like this because you'll fall over like that. Say if you go backwards, you're like, oh, I'm going to fall over. What you do is you lean like your body. When skateboarding, your body always stays, like your weight always stays over the center of the board. You don't want to go off. Like if you go like this, the board will fly forward. If you go like this, the board will fly backwards. So what you want to do is bend your knees, and bend your knees just a little bit. Not like, oh, I'm going to bend down here. Just bend them just a tad bit, and move your feet. Like tilt your feet, but yet still keep your weight over the center of the board. Just move your feet, and it will turn the board. Keep your weight over the board though. If you lean like this, it's going to be like, ah, I'm going to fall. Now there also is another way to turn. It's called tic-tacking, which is this basically. tic-tacking, whenever you're on your board, you have to have your front foot up by the bolts. You keep your back foot on the tail. And what you do is you just lift it up a little bit. If you put weight down on your back foot and bend your front foot a little bit, you don't want to go, ah. You don't want to send that tail into the ground because you'll stop that way and you'll probably fly off. Press down on that and then direct the board to where you want to go. So if I want to turn left, which is that way, you want to like direct your legs that way. Just move them. Lean back and then move. Or if I want to go right, there you go. Tic-tacking can take a lot of work, so it takes a lot of practice and stuff. It can be harder. It can make you feel unbalanced. So your beginner turn just by leaning on the board first, but tic-tacking is what you need to know. If you need to turn really sharply, that's tic-tacking, not leaning on the board. Like if you're going to a car and you need to turn with tic-tacking. Or screech to a halt, like this. I'm going to show you how to do this. What most people do whenever they learn how to skate. Now, once you're comfortable riding on your skateboard, it can take a few weeks to get comfortable. Once you're comfortable, it can take anywhere from like a day to a few weeks, who knows, maybe even a month, to get comfortable. But once you're comfortable, you're going to learn to stop like this. Now, how you do that is, whenever you're riding on your board, you want to have your shoe kind of like tipped off the side, and you want to lean down and like scrape the ground with your foot. This part of the ground will scrape the ground to come teach you to a stop. Don't use the board to do that, because you will fall over. Use your foot, it'll make you go screeching to a halt. Well, not screeching, but you know what I mean. And there you go, I pretty much taught you basically everything you need to know for the basics of skateboarding. Hope you enjoyed. Go outside, teach yourself, because, you know, just watching a video won't make you become a pro. You need to go out and practice. Have fun.